Hey, Ben Sion, what are you doing locked into this box?
Wilhelm, how are you?
Maybe, Ben Sion,
I'm just enjoying this new book that I just got.
Oh, beautiful.
It's by Rabbi Nachman Wilhelm. It's a beautiful new book.
Yeah, Ben Sion.
You heard about this?
It's a beautiful book. Maybe you say something once.
You're putting me on the spot now.
That's
okay.
right.
Okay, so basically in honor of your mother's birthday, upcoming birthday, you have all the Wilhelms from all over the world uniting in your house. I'm going to say something in her honor. What is her name?
Rebbetzin Wilhelm.
Rebbetzin Wilhelm.
How do you know it's her birthday?
First of all, I'm going to say a little story that I was there present by Mayor Itkin's birthday. I forget exactly which year it was, like 93, 94, whatever it was. Somebody came up to him, and also his chavrusa was there, Yehuda Chitrik, who was like in 102, 103. So somebody came up to Rabbi Itkin, and he told him, Mazel Tov until 120. So Rabbi Chitrik got really upset. He's like, 120 is around the corner. He's like already like 93, 94, whatever it was. You should send to 180. so that was a cute little story. So
right.
Also, Rebbetzin Wilhelm should have up until 180.
Plus tax.
Plus tax. And also, now I said a little something. Maybe you could also say a little something.
Very good, thank you. Okay, let me get my cup of coffee. I think I did a Hiscafia this morning. I went into the store and bought a coffee. First of all, I didn't realize that coffee costs so much. It used to be for 25 cents, 50 cents. Then I made a Hiscafia. I saw all those beautiful donuts. Can't you tell the Hiscafia? And I didn't buy it. Anyways, this week's Parsha has a lot of beautiful thoughts. First of all, for all those who think time, they're old, just remember Moshe Rabbeinu's career that we know that started, even though in this week's Parsha he's born, and Vayigdal HaYeled and all that, but his career at Parah, it says when he was 80 years old. So nobody ever give up. The Mashiach and Shel Yisrael started when he was 80 years old, number one. We know very little about his history prior to that. Vayigdal HaYeled, the child grew up, Moshe Rabbeinu grew up. Incidentally, Moshe Rabbeinu, from all the names the Medrash says he had, the Torah calls him Moshe, the name the Bas Parah gave him. He couldn't, what happened to all the Jewish names? So the Mefarshim say, because that is the sign of a good Jewish leader. Moshe kiminamayim ishisiyu, all about chesed. Only somebody who vayigdal, who grows up and he goes out and Shlishi, we find he tries to help Jews amongst themselves. He saves another Jew from being hit from a Mitzri. That is what that makes you raised to become a Jewish leader. We find a very similar pasuk vayigdal by Esav. It says vayigdalu hanaarim. By Esav, it doesn't say he went to help what's going on. He said, vayochel vayesh. It's all about him. He sat and ate and ate and ate. By Moshe Rabbeinu is vayigdal and vayar v'sivloisam. Now, in the beginning of the parsha, it says that vayomaru chayayim b'farech. The Gemara says, what does b'farech mean? Not only hard labor, but sweet talk them. And that's why halachically, when we look for maror, you have to have something that has a little sweet tasted and a bitter tasted. And the question is, why is it important, that detail? Why is that detail important so much? And the Ksav Sefer says, because when you want to see the bitterness, it's much harsher, it's much harder when it comes from a state of sweetness. So to feel for another Yid, and see what Moshe Rabbeinu felt, you should know it started from a state where everybody was happy. Everybody thought things were going well. And there's a famous story with the Rishner. They asked the Rishner, why is it that you act in a way of Malchus, very rich? And the Rishner responded, and the Rishner said that a poor man, to help another poor man, doesn't always work, because, just like I manage this way with what I don't have, he'll think the other person will also manage that way. Only Moshe Rabbeinu, who grew up in Pari's home, and he knows what riches is, could feel he wants every other year to have that same thing, and that is what Chesed is all about.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're Kagan.
Yes.